Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So today we're going to do something different, okay? And I hope you're up for this because this is part of my life too, besides the makeup. And if you just found me, I'm Leorah, I'm a makeup artist and I'm a stylist, and usually here on my channel I have makeup content. But because I'm also a stylist and this is part of my styling, I kind of want to do once in a while a video that is also turban related, wrapping related, something like that. Okay, so if you're up for that, then please subscribe to my channel, but also know that most of my videos will be makeup related. Okay, so that is that. And maybe you know, if you've been following me for some time, you know that I have basically just ended a 2.5-year long collaboration with an amazing brand which is called Rapunzel, which is a brand that supplies all kinds of things that you need wrapping related, you know, to achieve things like this. And because I just had my reasons, okay, I had my reasons, I just wanted to see what else is out there for me. And now I'm going to do basically my first tutorial with my own scarves, partially my own scarves, also some Rapunzel scarves still, and that is that. So that might be maybe a little bit frustrating for those people who might want to order something and who are used to me promoting something that can be ordered on a website. Now, when I am buying my own personal scarves, it is usually in local stores that don't even have, like no-name stores, you know, or secondhand. So I cannot tell you where to buy this. You will just have to go through your own collection or like to your own local stores or to websites. I don't know. I can't tell you. You'll have to figure that out on your own, okay, sweeties? But if there is something that is from Rapunzel where I know that they have it or they have something similar, I will definitely let you know. All right, you can also go to Rapunzel and check if they would have something similar. Okay, that is totally an option. Okay, so what we're going to do today, sweeties, is I am very inspired to let you know my ultimate hacks to have high wraps. Okay, I have been asked this a lot of times while I was still in that collaboration with Rapunzel, how I achieve my high wraps, and I never really knew. It only dawned on me now because I kind of started to pay more attention to what I'm doing, because I never really pay attention to what I'm doing on my head. It's just I do it and then it's there, you know. So the thing is that I was like, how am I doing it? How am I achieving my high reps? Because for me personally, I feel that it is a good appearance for me, you know. It sort of stretches my body because I'm not like super tall, and I kind of have also broad shoulders, and I do have hips, and I feel like it kind of stretches my appearance a little bit, and I find that super flattering. As a result, I'm always a little bit taller than my husband, but what can I do? Okay, life isn't perfect. So anyway, so what I want to do today is give you a few hacks, you know, how you can achieve that. Now, I know that also a lot of people ask me for tutorials for small wraps, but sweeties, that is just not me. So you'll have to go to someone who loves to do small wraps. I just don't, you know. I love big wraps, and yeah, that's basically what it is. Okay, so I'm just wearing a random scarf right now because I just wanted to have a way to start this video, but I have a whole lot of scarves right here that I'm going to introduce to you and show you what they can do in order to achieve volume, you know, and maybe not even weight so much, but like an illusion maybe even only of volume, and that can be really cool. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to take this off. I think I'm going to also move back a little bit so I'm a little bit further, you know, back in the frame so my head doesn't get cut off. And let me just take this off. So this is a scarf from a no-name store. This is just a random scarf, but it is also part of what I want to show you actually today. So maybe we should just start with that. By the way, I'm wearing a Wendy shaper, and this is also part of the video that I have to show you, because I'm not only wearing a Wendy shaper, I'm also wearing an additional headband. Okay, this is also padded. I'm going to show you in a second. So this Wendy shaper here is a tiny little bit overstuffed, but it works the same if it's not overstuffed. And the Wendy shaper is from Rapunzel. It is available there, and that is basically what it is. So I'm also wearing this, which is like also a stuffed headband, and then it has like a rubber thing in, it's not rubber, it's like stretch. I don't know how to say this. But we are going to get back to this in a second. What I first want to show you, because I I assume that not a lot of people want to wear two shapers on top of each other, right? But there is something very, very simple that you can do in order for your shaper to stand up more instead of being pressed down like this, because most people that I see wearing a Wendy shaper on social media are having their wraps like this. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not what I do. You know, I like it high and mighty, at least when it comes to my wraps. Okay, so what I do is I place it solidly like on my head, okay? Let me just adjust my mirror a tiny bit. Haven't done this in such a long time. Really excited. Okay, so anyway, what I want to show you is, first of all, and this is not connected to any special scarf, just it cannot be slippery, okay? Don't use silk or something that is slippery. Use something that is cotton and kind of attaches itself well to the velvet band here, okay? Or like to anything here, right? So anyway, I'm just using this now, and I'm going to fold it in a little bit so it is not like too wide for me to cover my shaper. And now what I'm doing is, and that is one of the tricks that I do and that I have been doing all that time without even noticing it. So pay attention. I'm placing this, wait, I'm placing this over my shaper, obviously. And now, of course, I'm lining it up with my shaper. But what I do is I'm always folding in the front a little bit, and by doing that it kind of moves up the shaper, you know, and that's why it cannot be a slippery scarf, because then it will not attach itself to the shaper and it will not move up the shaper. So of course you cannot do magic like this, but it absolutely helps. It absolutely helps. So I'm just kind of moving it up like this, and then I can tie my shaper down, basically, you know? So that's why my shaper is up like this instead of being further down towards the back of my head, you know? So that is part one. That is something that I've been doing the whole time without even realizing it, you know? That I'm always like adjusting my shaper like this while really basically just lining up the scarf here in front and cleaning up this area by flipping it in and then just pulling it out towards the front a little bit, okay? So that is that. Now I need to show you scarves that definitely make more volume, and if you are sensitive for having weight on your head, this is going to help you, okay? Because, for example, we have the Petal Soft. This is a Rapunzel scarf, and you can see when I get this closer to you, you can see this fluffy wave-like texture. Okay, so that is what helps. Also, the scarf that I just wore on my head is like this. It has bigger waves. Everything that has this crushed kind of a texture will create more volume on your head, and these scarves are lightweight scarves, you know? There's nothing heavy about this. So, and if you then combine two of them, even if you just use one, you will see the difference compared to a normal flat scarf, you know? I don't know if one calls them flat scarves, but I'm going to call them flat scarves right now. Okay, so let's just give you an example of this, okay? This is going to be a very long video. I'm just realizing, because I've filmed now for 8 minutes plus, and I'm only scratching the surface. So yeah, you're welcome. Anyway, if you're up for that, I hope you're up for it. Okay, sweeties, now I'm just putting this on now, and I'm going to put another one on top, because of course that is the exaggerated version of what I'm doing, but as I said, you can also do it with just one scarf, okay? So I'm just putting this on as well, and it doesn't really matter what you do, which kind of wrap, because this is not about the wrap itself. It is just that it is kind of significant that you pile everything up on top here, because of course you want to have the height, right? So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling this up, both of the ends here, and I'm tying a knot. And then I'm just doing like this, you know, like whatever. It doesn't really matter, but you see that you have enormous height there. You know, with two very, very lightweight scarves, this is not very properly done. It doesn't matter, because this is just like for showing you the effect that it has, you know. Of course, you can tuck this away and whatever. It's not important right now. Just saying that this is an amazing hack for height. Just use scarves that are like these wrinkly scars. I don't know, wrinkles and waves and, you know, that. Okay, so now now I'm going to take this off and I'm going to show you something else. The next hack that I want to give you is what I basically showed you in the beginning already a tiny little bit, that you can wear on top of your shaper an extra headband. Okay, if you know the Rapunzel products, they also have a bobo shaper. That is also possible, but that is bigger. This one is kind of the small sibling of the bobo shaper. Okay, so and that basically I just place right here, lining it up with the edge of the Wendy shaper, and kind of just, I don't know, I started doing that once in a while, honestly, just because my Wendy shaper is a little bit worn out. So because I've used it like for 2.5 years straight, and it is still my most favorite shaper, and I just cannot. I have new ones. I have new ones. I just want to wear the old one. That is strange, right? It's like the most comfortable pair of shoes that you just cannot get rid of them because you love them. This is how I feel about my Wendy shaper. This is my first Wendy shaper that I got at the beginning of the collab with Rapunzel. You know, this is still the first one, and that's like in September it's going to be 3 years, you know, so just saying. Okay, so now you can already see that this already builds up quite a bit here in front, and then you can of course do the same thing with these wrinkly scarves, or for example, just to give you another idea what also immediately builds volume is harmony scarves, or harmony scarves, sari scarves. What is this? This is a melody scarf. That is also, it works also, but not as good as the harmony scarves and the sari scarves. So harmony scarves, melody scarves, and also sari scarves, all three, whatever I just mentioned. It's very hard for me to remember what I just said. So these are available from Rapunzel. All of these are from Rapunzel. So let's just put on a harmony scarf. Okay, so you can see from this texture that they are basically little lines basically of fabric sewn on top of each other. You know, it just makes sense that this is going to create volume. Also, of course, the fabric itself is a little bit, I don't want to say it is stiff really, but it holds itself a little bit better than just like normal cotton scarves, for example, you know, that don't have a texture and that are just like plain. Okay, so let's just put this on. And again, of course, you could wrap this simple flat down, but the whole thing is that, of course, you want to achieve volume. That's why you're watching this video, apparently. So that means that, of course, also here, when you're wrapping this, you are kind of supposed to pile it up on top of your head, okay? So I'm just going to cross over in the back because, of course, I'm wearing a big shaper. This doesn't cover my shaper all the way. Okay, so I have an empty spot here, so I'm just going to use another harmony scarf. This is of course really not connected to what I'm wearing today. This is just for the purpose of showing you what I'm doing, okay, or which concepts I'm using. Okay, so I'm just placing this here behind it a little bit in order to cover the back, and also crossing over. Okay, now I just have to kind of pull this forward a little bit because one can see my shaper. And then again, we're just going to bring this up here. Okay, so maybe for the purpose of just doing something different, you can use a Israeli turban. Okay, Israeli turban is super easy. You just cross once and then you cross again and then you kind of tug it away. You know, so you have this height here immediately, and well, this is so cool. You know, you could even just leave it like this, whatever, you know, this is so cool. Seriously, you know, you gotta be wild, but why not? You know, this is the kind like where I think, wow, this is so cool. These kinds of scarves are just amazing if you want to be different, if you want to have this kind of you know, to just be wild a little bit, because why not? So anyway, if they're tucked away or almost tucked away, then it looks like this, a little bit more civil, but still kind of really, really, truly amazing, you know? So now I have, of course, the Wendy shaper underneath and that random shaper band, I guess, and that is how it looks now, and you immediately have so much volume. And these scarves are not heavy scarves, at least not for me, okay, for my personal perception. Okay, same thing works on a smaller level with the Melody scarves and of course sari scarves, because sari scarves, if you don't know, they are basically the small sibling of the Harmony scarves, okay? This one is basically exactly like a Harmony scarf, but not as wide. Okay, so yeah, anyway, just wanted to show you this is available, and this is available on the Rapunzel website. It might be available in other places too. I have no idea because I never check stuff like this. So what I wanted to really show you also is something. Let me show you and then I'll take this off. Okay, these are scarves. I have one example. I have all kinds of different ones like this. These are amazing. These feel a little bit like upholstering material. They're stiff, kind of stiff, and I don't know. Can I show you? Maybe, I don't know, maybe you can make out the structure of the fabric. I don't know, I hope so. But anyway, this is what it looks like. They're not super wide. That is always a problem when you're wearing big shapers, but anyway, you can always combine it with something, and of course I'm going to combine it with something because that's what I do. So anyway, this is the kind of scarf that gives you so much volume. Now this is maybe not the most suitable for hot summers because this is kind of a winter scarf, really. I personally don't care. I do whatever I want, you know, but just so you know, if you're finding scarves like this, you might find them hot for the summer, okay? So anyway, I really, how does one say that? I'm painless when it comes to stuff like this. Okay, so I'm going to show you this one now. This I bought in Jerusalem. And here we have like a lot of random small little stores where everyone can buy stuff like that. It is absolutely not like a big deal. You can get it basically on like almost each street corner, you know? So of course I chose a green one because green is my most favorite color in the whole world. And yeah, so let me just show you how they layer and how they hold themselves. There is a wrap, I forgot how I called it in my wrapping tutorials, but there is a wrap. Was it the, I don't know, I don't remember. So I'm just basically doing this here, and then I'm just opening this up and I'm rolling it like this, and then I'm tugging it in. I did a tutorial on this one, I don't know, I have no idea how I called it because I just don't remember names. But anyway, so that is that. There is a playlist on my channel, of course, with all my wrapping tutorials in case you want to binge watch that. So here you can see though, that is basically the purpose of what I'm doing here now, that they don't go flat, you know, like a normal scarf would now deflate, but this one basically, this is all air in here, you know. So this basically holds its own weight, kinda, you know? And that is, yeah, never mind, never mind this. But what I'm showing you here is, of course, this part, that this is the part that brings you the volume, you know? And now I think what I'm going to do today as a grand finale is that I'm going to combine this. What should I combine of all the things that I have? Let us use this crinkly scarf that I used in the very beginning, and maybe also the purple sari scarf. I think that could be nice. So let's do all of these combined. I think I'm going to leave this one here. Should I though? Should I though? I don't know. Maybe I should. Leave this as the base, but then of course I have to clean up the back, which is... So yeah. Anyway, let's just do that. And I'm going to just tie a knot up here just in order to have it sit and not budge, you know? I don't know yet if I'm going to leave it that way. Maybe I will. But anyway, so I'm just basically placing it down, checking that everything is tucked away in the back. And, you know, just for fun, I'm just going to place it like this. Cross over basically and tugging it away. So this is now the stage in my life where, again, I just stop thinking because I really don't care, you know, I really don't care. And that is probably the biggest blessing, because the second you just obsess about what I'm going to wrap, what I'm going to do, then it's like you get so blocked that, this is going to block you, you know? Yeah. So I think that has been the biggest blessing for me personally, that I really honestly don't care. I don't care. And that's why they always turn out nicely. Yeah, I hope you guys are not like really offended now, because maybe you care a lot. And don't get me wrong, I care that I am wrapped. I'm very passionate about it. I'm loving it, but I don't care how I get to it, you know, how I achieve it. I honestly, truly don't care. And that is a blessing. It's a real blessing for me. Okay, so now let's just put this for, I don't know, for the lack of space somewhere else. I'm going to put the crinkly scarf here in the back. Wait, like that. And I think what I'm going to do with this one is that I'm just going to create more volume in the back. Maybe let's just feed it through here. You see, there is really no limit to what you can do, you know? Like, just really play. That is the secret. Just play, don't overthink, and you know, and that's what is going to give you the results. Okay, so now I'm just gonna tuck this away somewhere, and maybe this one I could just like push it in here and like fluff it up, you know? And maybe I should do something similar with this too, like just fluff it up and have it up here, because also that of course creates more volume. So yeah, so that is basically all I have to give for today. I'm also fluffing this up here a little bit, and also here you can see that it just stays the way you pull it, because it has this material that is just yeah, like tapestry or like upholstering material, you know? That is really, really cool. So you can really manipulate it the way you want it. Like even, yeah, maybe I'll pull it out even more like this. So anyway, something like that. And this one I'm also gonna just tuck in like this. And that is what you have. And this is enormous. Sweeties, this is absolutely enormous. I'm going to turn around. I don't know if this is like super neat, but you know that I really don't care. So yeah, so this is basically how it turns out without thinking. Without thinking and without planning. I did not sit down and plan this at all. The only thing that I planned for this video is to prepare the scarves that I want to show you, and that is just an example. Of course I could show you all kinds of different examples also what you can do, and maybe I will, but yeah. Anyway, leave me your comments of course in the comment section what you think, if you're interested in once in a while seeing a video like this. I know some of you definitely are, you know, but yeah, for me it is just super fun, and I hope it is fun for you too. And of course if you are not into wrapping, then just come back for the video next time, which is like tomorrow probably. Okay, so anyway, sweeties, I hope you enjoyed this, and of course if you're here for the makeup and for that face, then you will find of course my makeup in the description box down below. Besides that, of course, I have all kinds of discount codes in the description box, and yeah, my links to social media, of course, if you want to check for my styling or for my makeup looks for more inspiration and all of that. Okay, sweeties, that is it for today. I hope you consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet, and besides that, I'm gonna wish you a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and go ahead and sparkle. See you next time, and hugs and kisses. Bye.